We are gathered in a remote production location, a Transitions Radio Magazine satellite location. We are doing both video and audio at the same time, so if you're in audio on the radio show, you're not seeing the video, but it'll be available on YouTube. And for those who are seeing the video, in front of us is this board with some 65 plus bones that are sitting there and ready to be thrown in a tradition that we're going to explain to you, and to seek answers to 4 questions today in series. There'll be a throw for each of the 4 questions, and we're calling this an urgent bone throw on the times with Cordell Whitaker and her and our collective allies in the spirit world. 65 bones representing some 65 different spirit nations that are attached or aligned to the bones. They come to Kay, or they come when Kay calls them through the throw, and we invite their presence to answer these questions. Often on the broadest scale, they're related to consciousness, they're related to spirituality, they're related to these times. And before we get into the questions, we also want to introduce the forum. Besides Kay, Helmut Whitaker, her husband, and our technical guy is mostly behind the camera and the scenes, is present, and to my right is Elizabeth Rose, my co-host on Transitions Radio Magazine, and yours truly, Alan Hutner. This is the team. Kay is a Kalakanasa, a medicine storyteller, author, presenter of the indigenous teachings of the Hedicas of Peru, and Kay has requested has been requested by the Hedicas to carry on this tradition. She's been doing it for some 38 years, and hence the title of her first book, The Reluctant Shaman, which she reluctantly agreed to do the teaching, and now some 38 years later, here we are in the midst of this very important bone throw. Kay also wrote Sacred Link, and there's another book soon to be released, Love Katasi Style. Katasi means balance, the phrase described as the essential teachings of the Hedicas. So today we have 4 different questions to ask in series about the BP oil spill in the Gulf. There will be a separate bone throw for each, although there probably will be some overlap in the questions and answers. However, we will do all of the questions, and it is done by Kay holding these in her hand and blowing the question on the bones. The 4 questions, all of the 4 questions will be, what is the truth about what's happening? The true picture, what happened and what is still happening with the oil spill in the Gulf. We want the truth. It will be severe, I have a feeling. What is the purpose? What are the teachings of this event within the larger picture for us individually in the world community? That's 2. 3, what can we do individually and collectively? What are the solutions, if any? Hopefully there's some. And 4, how do we best heal this on all levels? How do we deal with our fears and our emotions? How do we deal with the possible body ramifications and mind ramifications of the toxicity that's going on? And how do we best extend healing to all life in the future? Those are the 4 questions. And now we will do the first question. What is the truth, the true picture about what has happened and what is still happening with the oil spill in the Gulf? And as Kay assembles these bones in her hand, because she has to hold all 65, I will describe this for the audio version only. In front of me is this very large square board with sides, a black covering, and then laid out as a cloth that's kind of a humanoidish figure of 2 heads, one on each end of the cloth, 2 sets of arms, and then in the middle a bullseye which connects the, like in Siamese fashion, the figure. Where these bones land on the humanoid figure and what each bone represents is the key to the answers that Kay will spend time reading. Now, once the bones are thrown on the cloth, I'll tell you this, there will be a pause, and then we'll come back from the pause because it will take some time for this to be read. So we have 4 bones left, 3 bones left. The little ones are dropping out, and we're getting close. We're getting very close. 3 left, 2 left, 1 left, and we are ready. So the question again, what is the truth, the true picture about what has happened and what is still happening with the Gulf oil spill? And with that, we'll all four of us blow on the bones. And now we will recess as Kay reads the bones.